Good morning. Oh, good morning. Welcome to Morning Brew with Yes, it's your girl Germaine. And before we get started today, let's just take a pause. So we can get ready to pour into purpose, okay? Okay. Well, I want to tell you today is Friday, which we normally have Authors Brew Friday, where we bring someone in the studio so we can have them share their journey, their story, and how their book became to be. Good morning, Kathleen, over on Instagram. We're going to do something a little different today. I'm going to say today is Office Free Friday. So we're going to do something a little different. This is going to be like a real talk conversation today, okay? So you have me. There's no guest in studio, it's just me. All right. So, but there's no pressure, just a conversation. Just the conversation. So, one, before we get into the conversation today in the brew topic, what are you guys drinking or have you already had your coffee for the day? I am doing no, I'm doing a hazelnut cappuccino mixed with hot chocolate. You know, a lot of these drinks put a lot of extra inches on the hips, the waistlines, and stuff like that. So, we're going to have to start switching it up here and there. But for now, I need it. I need it. I want it. So, what are you guys drinking? Tell me what you're drinking. If you've already had your coffee for the day, let me throw that out. And so, with that, if you are chiming in, just let me know you're here. Say hello in the comments and everything. But so let's talk about just really quickly today's message. Today's brew is structure changes everything. So I'm really going to be spilling over some of my own personal experiences in this conversation today. Why I even listen, I was motivated to really talk about this today. And the reason is, and when I say this is real talk, is because we are going through real time conversation. So, yes, I'm speaking structure changes everything because that's the mindset I'm at right now. That quick, so that's what we're going to center this around. So, think of it as real talk plus building in real time, rebuilding in real time, because that's where I feel like I'm at. And I think it's a wonderful thing. So, if anybody's in this space with me, then let's talk about it, right? And you know what? I am able, because it's Authors Brew Friday. If there's anyone that just want to chime and jump in on the conversation, come into the studio with me, let me know in the comments because I can just send a link and you can click on it and be in studio with me if you want to get in on this conversation in real time, right? So now, in order to do that, you can't be on Instagram. Sorry, Instagram. For some reason, Instagram wants to do its own thing. It wants to stand alone on an island all by itself. We have to manually go live on Instagram. But if you are over in Morning Brew with Germaine over on our YouTube channel or on Facebook for Germaine Miller Summers, then you'll be able to, if you decide you want to just stop in studio, you can just click the link and pop right in. All right. Now, let's talk a little bit about structure changes everything. Sometimes life, it doesn't fall apart. It simply reveals where structure is missing. A lot of times we may feel, and when I'm speaking for me first and foremost, right? And so I'm generalizing it because I say, if I feel this way, I'm quite sure there's others that may have experienced this or feel this way too, right? So let me say this again. Sometimes life doesn't fall apart, even though we may feel like everything's crashing down around us, things are falling apart, nothing's connected, everything's like being thrown at me at the same time. And all I want to do is just scream from the mountaintop to release some of this stress and tension or whatever it may be, right? I know. But I want you to be able to start looking at things a little different today. And I'm speaking this with truth, and I'm speaking this with speaking power to this because that's how I felt earlier this week. I did. And I wanted to just go to a mountaintop and just scream because it just felt like everything was coming at once. And it happens in life that everything's coming at once, right? And you're just trying to manage and function through everything the best way you know how. And still to end up like, all I want to do is just close my eyes. Let me just go to sleep. If I go to sleep, I don't have to deal with it, right? Or whatever, however you may manage it. But I want to just share with you what I did to find my way out of that space. And it was structure. Hmm. So, so when you feel like life is falling apart all around you, it simply reveals where structure is missing. Listen, we find ourselves work mode, work, 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 do, right? And sometimes, yes, you feel certain types of pressure and just things are, it's like overwhelming sometimes. But I want to say this to you again. It simply reveals in a lot of cases where structure is missing. So, in this season of my life, or in this season of maybe your life, hey, you can take this journey with me, right? I decided to begin to look at things differently, clear vision, clear eyes, um, and being able to focus and rebuild. Rebuild. Because if you have an active mind like mine, creative mind like mine, constant things are dropping in your spirit, things to do. And if you're not careful, you'll try to do them all at once, which would also overwhelm you and which would also bring on unnecessary stresses that you really don't need. Okay. So please don't do it to yourself. All right. So let me help you out here a little. Okay. All right. And I'm helping you because it's helping me. All right. So, but in the season of rebuilding, because you may be in a season of rebuilding for whatever the reason. So let me just give you a few things, right? It could be due to finances feel heavy, responsibilities feel overwhelming, focus feels scattered. Like I was saying, if you're constantly being downloaded with a lot of information, a lot of stuff that you're working through and going on, you're not focused on the main thing. And sometimes we have to take a pause. So let's take a pause. Just breathe in and exhale. Doesn't that feel good? It does. That feels good. I don't know about you, but it feels like weight just released from me. It does. So sometimes we just need to take a pause so we can begin to see clearly, so we can pour into purpose, right? Okay. So if you're feeling any of those things while you're in the season, possibly of rebuilding, or not even sure you need to be in a season for rebuilding, but you're feeling some of these things, let's kind of get into it a little. You know, the truth is, clarity doesn't come from doing more, it comes from structuring better. And I can definitely attest to that because I felt like this week, even though at the beginning of the week it may have felt like that, but I felt today being Friday that I have come to a place and I feel like the highways are wide open, just wide open. And the difference is in the midst of feeling chaos and everything coming at you, in the midst of all that stuff, you know what I realize? I realize Clarity was screaming at me to just pay attention in the moment. Take a pause, stop. Let's recalibrate here, okay? Because structure was the very thing that was needed in order for me to have this moment of, "Ah," yes, that's how I felt. And so I said, this topic is so good because I'm in a place that I want to share because I know if I'm going through it, I know others are probably dealing with it too. And they just want an out, they just want a solution. So I decided to, let me say this before I go into it. I want to say um, that many people right now, you're not failing. There's just functioning. They're just functioning without structure. I want to say that strongly. You're not failing. You're just functioning without structure. Structure is so important. So, what I want to do, I want to let me really go into our pour into purpose segment. We'll talk about that shortly, but let's go into our pour into purpose segment because what I want to do, I really want to break some things down to be able to help you if you are someone that is experiencing, you know, the need for structure, even if you don't think that's what it is, but you're feeling heaviness, you're feeling whether it's financial, whether it's, family, whether it's work, whatever it may be, and you're just looking for a resolve, you're looking for an out, you're looking for a solution to shift from that space to a space of peace, because that's exactly how I feel right now. I can't say I felt like that earlier in the week. My first mindset didn't go straight to peace. I feel peace. My mind kept telling me, protect your peace, protect your peace. But today I can sit here with you and say, there's such a peace and calmness in my spirit right now. And so I just wanted to share some information to see, hey, if it lands, it lands. Use it. Use it for your own peace, right? And so let's talk about pour into purpose right now. So structure brings clarity to chaos. Structure is the key to unlocking this. Structure brings clarity to chaos. So, what feels like confusion is often undefined systems. Please hear me, undefined systems. When you feel like, look, just think about the opposite of structure, chaos. That's what it feels like, right? And if you're feeling like that in that moment, or if your life is feeling like that, just chaotic, and think structure is the solution. So let me kind of get my mind in a place that I can refocus and start looking at how do I position my mental, myself into a space of seeking out the structure that I need. Okay. I need a sip. Hold on. All right. So let me say this again. Structure brings clarity to chaos. Structure brings clarity to chaos. So, once again, what feels like confusion is often undefined systems. When you name it, you can organize it. Whew. Yes, this is resonating so with me because I'm telling you, I just keep going back to what the beginning of this week looked like to what it looks like and what it is actually today. So, when you name it, you can organize it. When you organize it, you can move through it. So some things have to shift, some things have to change. If you keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, you're not going to get the results that you need, okay? All right. So, let's pour a little more into purpose. Structure creates emotional stability. Yes. I had to even change my language because you can speak power to a situation using wrong words. So I had to even begin to look at how I'm viewing some things, and I had to change it. I had to change the words that I was saying and put positive in place of not realizing it was negative. Like, I feel like I'm spiraling out of control. I feel like, everything is coming at me at once. I feel, so it's being mindful, even putting the power of those words in the atmosphere is what you may continue to draw into you. So I had to really start thinking differently, and it was structure that hit me. Being able to structure and put a clear plan in place. And I spoke about this in another morning brew earlier in the week, right? But I had to realize, and I had to, once again, it's so important to stop what you're doing, take a pause, stop what you're doing, allow yourself to just calm down, right? Calm down so you can think clearly. And I had to begin to go back into who I am, what I have accomplished, what skills I have. Because most times your answer is right there in front of you. It's right there in front of you. But we can get caught up in just what's happening day to day and get taking away from the main thing. So I had to get back to the main thing. And the main thing started with me. What is it that you do well? What is it that you possess? How is it that you help people? So I had to really get back to me, and then I had to start strategically thinking a plan, step by step, because what happens is I had to reintroduce focus back into my life in this moment. I had to reintroduce focus, and I couldn't let the actual task become the bigger picture. No, they're just that. These are tasks, these are assignments, these are things that I have to do and accomplish, right? But I couldn't let them consume me to the point that it just threw me totally off focus and getting in the way. Yes. And so getting to your why. You're absolutely right, Kathleen. I had to go back to the beginning. It's like, let me do my first works all over. That's how it felt. And I had to take a moment to say, wait a minute, structure can combat whatever I'm dealing with. So let me put a plan together. Let me put a plan and let me be consistent in focusing day to day on that plan. And I started doing that yesterday. And that's why I feel so much lighter today and so much freer today, because when you can see results take place right away, by doing simple little things that you allow chaos to just take you away from. Good morning, my brother, Ray D. Copeland. Yes. I love you, my brother. Thank you for chiming into Morning Brew with your girl. So, just talking about how we just need to put structure in position to combat chaos and always protecting your peace. So, I just really had to get back to the basics of who I know that I am and why I do what I do. And nothing, no thing in life is bigger than the purpose God has put in me, the assignment that He's given me. So the thing is, when you just take a moment to pause, because sometimes we just keep running, 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 running. And next thing you know, you don't hit a daggone wall and you're trying to figure out, oh, what happened? Because we don't take the time to slow down. So let's get back to the main thing. And Kathleen, I love what you said was, yes, let's get back to that why. Getting back to the why I do what I do, why this assignment was entrusted to me. And structure started being put in place. And when I say that it was the very antidote to the problem, it was just that. And the thing is, some things may take longer than others to turn around, but it turned around so quickly. It did immediately. And I tell you, I went to sleep last night And I went to sleep with a renewed mind. I just felt so encouraged, inspired because I had clarity. I didn't go to bed thinking like, oh my gosh, let me figure this out. Oh my gosh, everything feeling like it's just coming, coming, coming. Oh my God. I didn't go to bed feeling like that. I went to bed with a clear mind, excitement in my heart, couldn't wait to get up the next morning, this morning, because I was following a strategic plan that I had put in place in order for me to go step by step by step and see results immediately. And that's all it took? I said, "Oh my goodness, I've been stressed out. I've been causing all this on myself for what? For what?" The answer has always been right there. Right there. It's like I said, an aha moment right there. But I feel like I could float this morning. That's how I feel. So and so, but with that being said, let me continue to pour a little more into purpose. So, structure creates emotional stability, which it did just that. It put my emotions back intact, back intact. Now I can be focused, I can be clear. I saw clearly the lane in front of me. It didn't have all this debris on my journey, on my pathway. I literally saw all the way down to the end. That's exciting. Oh my gosh, when you can see your plan and then you can see it start unfolding, and then it can become the very answer to some of the problems that you're trying to figure out, that's exciting. That's exciting. So yes, I'm excited this morning. And I want that for you if you're dealing with what I was dealing with, right? I want that for you. So, all right, let's get back into pouring a little more into purpose. So, remember, emotional stability, structure creates emotional stability. It reduces overwhelm by giving things a place. And that's what I did. I gave things a specific place. Now, the key is I made a choice. I decided I want these results versus this result. And with that, this is what is going to take consistency, showing up, doing consistency. Hello, Brian Magia 310. Thank you for joining Instagram. But it's something you have to do. So you just don't want to make a, you just don't want to put structure in place by creating a plan of action that's going to help you. You have to be committed to it. Committed. And because of the way I went to sleep last night and I woke up this morning feeling really renewed, refreshed, re-energized, refocused. I don't want to give that up. I don't want to give that up. I'm actually looking forward to what today may bring. And so, also, structure, it turns I'm behind into here's my next step. Remember when I talked about be mindful of even the words you say? I'm behind is negative. It keeps you locked in, it keeps you in a sense of bondage. I'm behind, it keeps you stuck. So be mindful of even when you're getting ready to speak something out of your mouth, analyze it first, especially if you're in a space of trying to come out of that space and just replace the words into, like I said, here's my next step. Doesn't that feel like forward thinking, progression, progress, completion? Big difference, right? So structure also, it replaces anxiety with action. I feel like I could run a marathon. That's what my mind is telling me, but my body's like, sit your butt down. That's not happening at this moment. And so, but that's how my mind feels. It does. So, all right, let's continue to pour a little more. Structure provides results. Structure provides results. Okay. All right. That is so true because, like I said, just having a plan of action that I can measure and put results and then literally document it, document things, set up your categories, right? For what the structure may be that you're working on. What is this plan? And then put something in place so you can see your process. And then put something in place so you can see your actual results. So when I begin, because if you don't write that down and you keep it all up here, what's going to happen is you don't get a true picture of it. The mind is always moving. Put it in front of you, lay it out in front of you so you can physically see in front of you what you have accomplished with what you've put in place. And that's why when I did that and I saw just last night what was accomplished from my day, I was, yeah, I was overjoyed. I was. It's the little things sometimes that mean so much, but consistency, a little bit at a time, will bring you to transformation. And then you'll look back and be like, why do I put myself through this? Right? So, all right. So let's look at structure produces results. Consistency comes from systems, not motivation. Systems. You must put structure in place. Create a system that works for you for the very thing you're looking to come up out of, the very thing you're looking to change, with your outcomes, with whatever goals you're setting. All right. All right. So, progress is built through repeatable actions. Progress is built through repeatable actions. I was just pretty much saying that when I looked at what happened, what transpired yesterday, and I was able to document and see the results. Do you think I want to wake up this morning and go back to the beginning of this week? I'm trying to get that as far away from my mind, my memory as I can. No, I literally said, okay, that worked. It was quick. It didn't even take a long time. Let me repeat that. Yeah, let me repeat that so I can get more results like that. So that's what I did. I woke up so energized and renewed this morning. I started early this morning putting things into position so I can repeat the process of yesterday to get those results, which would mean more favorable results. And so I'm so interested to see how today's results will end. I'm already looking forward to it, right? So, but remember, there's stuff you must start at a place of being clear in your plan. And then this is the steps that it's going to take to execute it. Okay. Lay out your goals, whatever it may be. But it is consistency comes from systems, not just being motivated about it, not just being excited about it. It is putting things into action. Progress is built through repeatable actions. So what you structure, you can scale. Whew. And that was the Pour into Purpose segment. I'm excited about this for you. I am, because I'm definitely excited about it for me. Okay, guys. So I want to say this. Let me just drop this, right? Just pretty much an encouraging moment. Um, what's one thing I want you to think about this? What's one area in your life right now that feels unconstructed? Yes. And you know what? If you want, you can respond in the comments. But you know what? If it's something you really want to process through and think about it, then do just that. But I really want you to think about what's one area in your life right now that feels unconstructed. Okay. All right. So, um, okay. Well, that's taken us right into our reflection questions. Listen, this is an area that we all can participate in. Questions I like to leave for you to be able to think through some things along your journey. And so I want you to add that as one of them. Okay, let me give it to you one more time just so you have it. What's one area in your life right now that feels unconstructive? And so, all right, let's look at this. I'm not sure in a season of doing more. I'm in a season of doing things better. If nothing else, take that with you, okay? Just store that away and use that. Pull it out when you need to, because that's my thinking right now, honestly. I'm not in a season of just doing more because it's easy to do more. It's easy to pile stuff up on your plate. It's easy to allow people to pile stuff up on your plate, right? But no, I want you to begin to think differently. And I want you to begin to affirm these things to yourself. I'm not in a season of doing more. I'm in a season of doing things better. All right, so you hold on to that. Now let's get into our two questions that I like to leave with you today. All right, so the first question from our reflection questions: where in my life do I need more structure instead of more effort? More structure instead of more effort. Okay. Question number two: what is one area I can organize today? Make it about today. Okay. If you are hearing this, then make it about today. What is one area I can organize today that would immediately reduce stress? It's possible. And that's what I'm speaking. Yesterday was that day for me. That's why I'm speaking about this today, right? That's why I'm sharing this information today, because I did just that. One area I can organize that would immediately reduce stress. And when I tell you, sometimes it's the simplest things that we allow ourselves to overlook and not really focus on it because we get so consumed and so overwhelmed with so much other stuff that cannot produce and generate the outcomes, if for the very things you need to focus on. So with that, I did just that. I began to identify what was the area that I can organize, that I can structure, that I can put a plan together, you know, that would immediately reduce any levels of stress, any levels of me feeling overwhelmed, any levels of me just not being focused on the main thing. And I did that. And when I say results immediately, faster than I realized, because I'm telling you, I just believe it's a trick of the enemy to get you so bogged down, so overwhelmed, so overworked, whereas you can't see what God has for you right there in front of you because there's so much going on around you. So, once again, take a pause. You want to take a pause with me? Let's do it right now. We're going to breathe in and we're going to exhale. So, you ready? Let's take a pause. Breathe in, exhale slowly. Whew, I don't know about y'all. Every time I do that, it feels so good. It does. It really feels like just things are just released off of you. So, but find yourself throughout your day when you just have to stop and take a pause. Fair enough? Do that for yourself. You owe yourself that, right? Okay. So, do you guys have those questions? You have those questions. Listen, you can always go back and you can revisit in Morning Brew with Germaine over on YouTube. Go into our vault and you can watch whatever you like. Hopefully, something will resonate with you over there. But if you have not joined, make sure you join. Join Morning Brew, click the notification bell, and then you'll always know when Morning Brew is coming for you, looking for you for conversation. Okay. All right. So, now, before we get into our closing, I want to remind you of a few things while we're here. Remember Tuesdays. That's our reflection. Let's take that out. Remember Tuesdays. Yes, we are testing out TikTok Live. Just showing up consistently. Listen, I believe nothing's going to happen overnight. Things are work in progress. So, you know what? In the process, I'm having fun with it, but definitely stop by my TikTok Live Morning Brew with Germaine. If you have not, followed over there, you could definitely go over this weekend. Go over today. You can go click follow and stop by on Tuesdays for a quick break during 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come join me over on TikTok Live. Listen, I could probably learn a few things from you also, okay? Because yes, we are still we're figuring it out while we get into our spillover conversations over there. All right? So, I'll be looking for you. All right, and the next thing I want to just, mention is Morning Brew with Germaine. Yes, our Read, Sip, and Share community. Read, Sip, and Share community. Listen, if you have a book that's burning on the inside of you and you really don't know next steps, what do I do? I want to get my book in the marketplace this year. What do I do? Listen, this community is definitely for you. You can come in, you can meet some of our authors, some of our best-selling authors that's already in the community. You can conversate with them to see what did it take for them. But I'm in there. I'm in there to walk you through. Listen, like I've come to realize I don't want it to just feel like a waiting room over there. No, I want it to feel like it's a living room environment. You invite people into your space and we're talking about things, we're chopping it up, we're sharing experiences. That's what it's about. Community. That's what it's about. Staying engaged. You never know how you may be an answer. You may be the solution that someone has been praying for. They just need to get to you. And this could be the place they meet you. So meet me over in the school community. It's scrolling on the bottom, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm also going to put it in the comments so you don't have to look far. You could just click on it. Listen, it's free. It's my gift to you. Come join the community. If you're an author already, you don't have to be a HOV publishing author. Nope. If you are an author and you're just looking to connect with people, you're looking to get more insight information. One of the things also that you will begin to learn if you don't know is one, if you've written your book or if you have not written the book, then you know what? We can help you write, we can help you publish, and definitely we can help show you profits. How do I now take my intellectual property, my story, and turn it into profits? So you'll never know what you find over there. But I want to tell you the Builders Lab is open and you can go in if you're someone new and you know you have a story. Just click on my classroom in the community and go to the Builders Lab and go through our strategic activation for the power of one story. It's my gift to you. I really want you to see the value and the power in your story. So it's there for you. It's up to you. If you want to just take some time and go over and look around and no obligations at all, go look around, see what's in it for you. All right. So I'm excited for you already. All right, guys. So now we are getting ready to come into our, I have to always remember to close out, right? We're going to be coming into our final sip right now. But the one thing I definitely want to say, I want to shout out. I want to shout out and I want to bring this up. We are we're releasing this week. And you know what? Let me just chime in right now to see if it has already hit the Amazon market. What it is like being a man. This is one of our first anthology books with men. Now, I do as a publisher, Hope of Vision Publishing, HOV Publishing imprints. I do anthology books all the time, but with women, right? This is the first one. Dr. Tenaria Drummond Smith, in her brilliant mind, had an idea. She wanted to create this safe space platform for men. Now, even though this may be her 10th book. She's been with me for 10 years. And every year she puts out one or two books in a year, right? And she's given a platform through her Awesome Women on the Move platform. She's created this platform for women to have a voice, to allow their stories to be heard through a series of anthology books. And this is the first one with men. And I'm going to be so honest with you. I knew when we started this project, I'm going to be honest, a few years ago, I said to her, because I worked on another one with another group of men years ago, but for some reason it never came to pass. Men, You are harder than it is than working with women sometimes. And you know what I realize? Men, you have such powerful, powerful stories. You have voices that definitely need to be heard. And what I realize is sometimes you don't want to share because it can be very personal. And in this book, I am so excited for the men that decided to say yes to be a part of this book because um what has happened, they allowed this to be a safe space. They allowed to use their stories to be able to empower, to encourage, to strip away, to be able to be vulnerable, to expose their truths. When I tell you these men, and I cannot wait to bring them on Morning Brew with Germaine. Hopefully, right now we're just trying to coordinate a time. I cannot wait to bring them on. But when they come on and, really be able to show their transparency and a vulnerability in their stories, they're powerful. I just want to say their stories are powerful, powerful. And their book, I'm pulling up right now because we've been monitoring, checking to see when it's going to hit Amazon. And hopefully, with your support, you can definitely help this book become another Amazon bestseller. So, give me a second. I am definitely typing it in to see if it has hit Amazon just yet. Uh, Thank you for your patience. Let's see. All right. Not yet. I'm hoping today it will be here later today. I'm hoping because we are, let's see. Hold on. But this is definitely, and I'm going to be talking about this, definitely. So, okay, it's not there, but what you can do, you can pre-order your copy because when it hits, it'll come right to you. So, let me just put the link in the thread for everyone to be able to get a copy of this powerful book, one of the first of HOV Publishing's a men's anthology book. Thank you, men, for really, really showing up and expressing yourself in a way that people will be blown away by your stories. I'm going to say that much because it's that powerful. Yes, and they should be extremely proud of themselves. But here, this is what I want to do. I'm going to add the pre-sale link right now into, yes, I'm going to add it into the comments so you have an opportunity to get your copy. Yep. Uh Pre-order. And any day, it could, like I said, very well be today, just waiting for Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, it'll be available everywhere to be able to make the book available. But for now, you can just click the link and I'm going to put it over in Instagram. Also, good morning, Lead and Read. Thank you so much for chiming in to Morning Brew with Germaine. All right, so let's do this. I'm putting the link right now over in Instagram. Thank you guys so much for your patience, for allowing me to do this. Okay, hold on one second and let me post that over there. All right, guys, thank you so much. So take a moment, support, help these men, help the men become a #1 Amazon bestseller. It's a wonderful thing, but the book it's incredible. I'm just going to say that it's a great source of encouragement for any men in your life that just really need some encouragement. This book is that. So, but thank you so much. And I also want to say to Dr. V, Dr. V, who is also a part of Morning Brew, every third Wednesday, he comes on with the champion leader. I want to also give him a shout out. I am so proud of him. So let me do this. I'm going to pull this up on screen. Just a lot of gifts this Friday. I just want to, celebrate people where they are this Friday. But I definitely want to acknowledge him because he talked about his book was released on Wednesday. Make sure you go and check out his Morning Brew for the third Wednesday of this month. But he released a new book, Full Course Preaching, his step-by-step guide. But I want to share some exciting news with everyone, and I am, if you're bearing with me, thank you so much. I'll pull it on screen as we speak. Hold on, it's coming up. Okay. Okay, this is the one. Yes, this is the one that I want. Okay, so yes, I want to congratulate Dr. Vernon Shazier for his book, Full Course Preaching, became a #1 bestseller. It actually charted in every single category. Every single category. So this book, listen, he had such an intriguing way of how he broke this down. He made it about, if you're a foodie and you like food like I do, he literally bought that concept of meals, food, into really breaking down the structure of full course preaching. So if you are a pastor, a minister, a bishop, clergy, or if you have clergy in your family, this is definitely one of those gifts that you want to share with them. Let me do this. I want to also pull it up. I'm going to put it in the comments also because yes, he #1, he hit #1. He charted in every single one of his categories, and it's still climbing. That's the beauty in it. It's still climbing. So let me put the link, Amazon link. And you know what? For some reason, Amazon gives you they give you these big long links. But I want to share the information. Hold on one second. I'm pulling it up. Okay. Let's see. I must have typed something wrong because it should have populated. Okay. Hold on. Oh, I did. Preaching. All right, guys. Thank you so much for your patience. Thank you for stopping by. Here it is. I'm going to share this link also so you have an opportunity. Hold on one second. Okay. Let me grab his link. So yes, you have an opportunity to be able to go support. Also, listen, when you support others, things begin to happen for you, right? They do. This is going to be a long link, but you know what? We're going to put it in the comments anyway. All right. Yes, and hold on. I just want to continue to yeah, that's long. That's long. That's long. But you know what? I'm gonna share it because when you click the link, it'll take you right there. And then you could choose from a paperback, a hardcover, or the ebook will be coming later. He's gonna release the ebook probably at his next morning brew. Okay. So but yes, I just put the link in so you have the opportunity. I'm going to share it also. Let's share it over here on Instagram. So it's there. Love the concept. The brand is fire. We like to eat. Yes, we do, Kathleen. We like to eat. Okay, so I just put the link in there so you have an opportunity to go and look and see. But now listen, okay, thank you again, Dr. Shazier. Congratulations on accomplishing #1 bestseller over on Amazon. Yes, that is huge. Okay, so guys, listen. I want to do this. So, we do our Blacks In segment. So, if you see in the background, I keep Blacks In calendar 2026. It's a must have. If you have not purchased your copy today, okay, I'm putting the link in also. I want to just celebrate our relationships, our authors, those that work so hard to bring great product to the marketplace for you. And you know what? It could be you also. I have quite a few more books coming to market soon that I'm excited about sharing. I'm excited about their voices coming on to Morning Brew for them to talk about things. And so let me put this in the comments as well. Thank you, Teresa Merritt Watson, and thank you, Gerard Harmon, for your creative ability to bring things to life. Teresa, and your vision to see, really, you have such a heart for wanting to help bless our people with the knowledge of our people. So thank you. Thank you. I'm so glad that we're in partnership together. And thank you that you're a part of the HOV Publishing family and the Morning Brew family. So please, I'm putting this over also in Instagram if you have not gotten your copy of the Black Sin calendar. Make sure you do. Let me just do this real quick. Let me just share the beautiful pages. So right now we are in the month of, what month are we in? We're in March. We're closing out Women's Month. So this is March, and there's on the side a list of more Blacks in Facts. So that's where I take my Blacks in Facts from that I bring to you. So April, okay, it's absolutely beautiful. Everybody mark your calendars for April. If you're with me right now, mark your calendars for April 1st. Yes, April 1st is my birthday. Now, this is what I'm asking. Thank you, Coach Kathleen. Your skin looks amazing. Thank you. Less stress, a lot of water. And you know what? I started taking oil of oregano with black seed. And I tell you, that stuff, I think it really is bringing some clarity also. But I'm gonna talk to you about that. But listen, April 1st is my birthday. So I'm saying that because I want to do something special and I want to just drop this right now. Okay. On my birthday, it falls on Mix Blend Wednesdays. Mix Blend Wednesdays. So instead of me bringing one guest in studio, I would like my whole Morning Brew community, if you have time, to just click a link that I'm going to provide, stop in studio, and just give me a shout out. Come up in studio for a quick shout out. I'm not trying to dominate your time, but yes, I would love to feel the love on my birthday with my Morning Brew family just giving me shout outs. It's my birthday. Yes, April Fool's Day. Please, no jokes. That's the only prerequisite that I have. No jokes on April Fool's Day, okay? I want you to show up. I want you to pop up in studio with me. All right. So if I can count on you to say, hey, I'll stop by and give you some love, do me a favor. Just send me in any one of the platforms that you are watching Morning Brew from. Just send me a comment and let me know you'll stop by, and I'll make the link available so you can stop by, pop in. Listen, pop in, pop out. That's it. I'm not trying to dominate your time, but I would love to have some guests just come in and say, hey, what's up? Happy birthday. All right, guys. So with that, let's now finally bring it to a close. I thought this was going to be a quick Morning Brew. Okay, let's bring the close in. Okay, so I want to leave you with this. You don't need to have everything figured out. You don't. Take that pressure off yourself, right? But you do need structure for where you're going. Did you get that? You do need structure for where you're going. So, if you've been sitting on your story, if you've been feeling stuck, if you've been trying to do it all without a plan, whew, take a breath. Just pause for a second, okay? This is your moment to shift. Yes, it's your moment to shift. All right, so you can come join me in the school community. Remember, come join me in the school community, whereas sometimes you might just need a guide. That's it. You might just need to gain insight and wisdom and clarity, through someone else. It's okay. Stop by the community. You never know what you may find over there. I have been connecting with people all over the world. I've been in this other community chatting with England, Europe, and we've been having the time, I tell you. But you never know what you may learn from someone else, okay? So stop by Morning Brew. It's in the comments. Click on it. It's scrolling on the bottom. All right. And then also, pretty much, listen, if anything resonated with you today, listen, you can also buy me a coffee. Yes, you can. I'll accept it. Listen, I'll accept you buying me a coffee. Or if you're on Facebook, you know what? There's a little star. You can just click on the star. Listen, we welcome it all. It's a lot. I'm going to be honest, to run 5 days a week, to manage and produce and, make this possible, with the team, it's a lot, but we just pour it right back into the show. We do. All right. So listen, keep this in mind, right? Like I said, honestly, if you need assistance, listen, join the community. It's free to you. Come on in. Come on in the community. You don't have to feel like you got to do this by yourself. And so that's where we begin building structure around your story, your vision, and your next steps. Okay. And so, also, don't forget this Wednesday, stop by so you can celebrate my birthday. Yes, I will be opening up the studio. If you want to just pop in, celebrate, and share a quick shout out with me live, I'll take it. I'm looking forward to it. All right. So, more details are coming, but just know you're invited. So, let's get into this final sip. You're not behind. I really want to encourage you. You're not behind. You're being rebuilt. And rebuilding requires structure. And that's what today's morning brew has really been about. It's been about structure changes everything. Okay. So you're being rebuilt, and rebuilding requires structure, not pressure. So let's do this. Let's sip slow. Don't rush the process, okay? Do not rush the process. You want to see results, favorable results, and then put in systems in place so you can continue to repeat those processes, okay? To get those results. Pour into purpose. It is so important. Take a pause throughout your day. Do not overwhelm yourself. Protect your peace. And sometimes you just have to take a pause so you're clear to be able to pour into purpose. Choose one area to bring structure to. Just one. Do not overwhelm yourself. Just one. Start there, okay? And stay the course. Stay the course. Small structure creates big changes. Small steps, small structure. Next thing you know, you look up and it's like, oh my goodness, how did I get here? All right. All right, guys. Thank you so much for sticking in there with me. You've been absolutely amazing, allowing me to share just my real time experiences and what I'm dealing with, what I'm going through. So thank you. I appreciate you. I love you so much. I will see you on Monday. Enjoy your weekend. Please be safe. Whatever it is you decide you're going to do, please be safe. But really, if you need to go back and replay this over because something hit you, something resonate with you, then do just that. Get what you need so you can champion whatever it is you have been going through. Okay? I'll see you then. I'll see you Monday. And remember, mark your calendars. I want you to celebrate Wednesday with me. It's my birthday. Have a great one. Talk to you soon. Bye now.